get off to Holocaust textbook.
Yeah. And I just like kind of looked at her, and she was like, "How? Well, you can't say that. You're getting detention. How dare you say that?" And I was like, "I'm not going to detention." She was like, "What do you mean? We'll give you more." And I'm like,
I was
not
a real
go.
gaslighter as a kid. I'm gonna be honest. When I got like a detention and I just didn't want to go, I did show up. And then the next day, she brought my mom in, and she was like, "He skipped detention." I'm like, "No, I thought I was there. I'm pretty sure I went. I'm pretty sure." And she's like, "No, you did not." And I'm like,
I'm pretty sure
I think I did.
I got detention once for sleeping in class.
Yeah.
So I went to detention and I slept the entire time, and I brought a pillow, and I slept the entire time. I slept the entire time through detention, and then like the next day they had like a meeting, and they were like, "You can't sleep in class, and you can't sleep in detention." And I'm like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And they're like, "We'll send you home." And I'm like, "If you send me home, do you know what I'm gonna do?" And they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna sleep." And they're like, "No, but we'll send you home." And I'm like, "Awesome, I'll sleep more."
They're gonna put cameras in your house.
Well, like they
sure
like
you're behaving.
they were trying to they were like, "Oh, but you can't sleep in class." And I was like, "Why? I have like a 3.8, 4 or like a 4.0. Like I have like a perfect GPA." And
why does he look? Do you see that?
Yeah, he looks really weird.
He looks like an actual 1,000-yard stare.
But I had like a perfect GPA and I didn't disrupt anybody else. And so I was like, "Well, why? Why can't I sleep? What do you mean?"
My GPA. Oh my god, you see him in the background? He's like, "Oh my god."
I don't know if this ever happened to you, but I used to
zoom in on that.
Oh, he looks.
Oh my god, he's still doing it.
He looks like a puppet.
He does.
He looks like
his lip syncing's off.
Do something terrible.
I used to get in trouble for like helping other kids in my classes. Like what the fuck's that about? That was so crazy.
One sub who was like, she was like, if anyone said anything, she's like, "Oh yeah, well this."
Maybe.
Well,
maybe elaborate.
Editor, you're gonna have to censor out a lot of names.
There's a lot of names in this one.
Yeah, I was helping out in math. She's like, "Don't help him. I'll help him. If you want to help, I'll help him." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, you just asked me for help." And she's like, "Do you want to take a walk?" And then I was like, "What? What does that what?" And then it's like, "Because you can go take a walk if you want to." I know this sounds like I'm lying because this is like so unreasonable.
No,
I think I know what it means.
Exactly.
I think that they meant like, "Do you want to go walk down to like the principal or something?"
Yeah, probably.
And then later she was like, "Do you want to take your jacket off?" And I'm like,
"What?
Jacket off?"
That would have been awesome, dude.
No, but then I was like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to like tell you to undress, but it's like warm in here." I'm like, I'm good.
Good. Stop.
I think she was trying to like make. I think she like realized afterwards how like unreasonable she was being.
Yeah.
And she was like trying to be like, "Hey,
reparations."
Like, yeah, like I don't want you to hate me or anything.
I'm
good with. I'm fine. You
know? I'm gonna tell some. Okay, so this is something that I did that was actually really not good in middle school. So remember when whenever I would get the bathroom passes, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Whenever I would get those, no matter what class I was in, I would just like wander around for like an hour and a half.
Most minorities did that.
No, hold on, but it got so much worse. It's like I would find like vacant classrooms and I would like steal pens. I did that for such a long time, and I got caught one time. And it was like actually like the most like bold-faced lie I think I've ever told in my entire life. I went into a completely dark classroom and I turned on the light. I don't even know if I turned on the light. I went to a completely dark classroom and I went to the teacher's desk and I was like rummaging around in the teacher's desk. The teacher walked in and they were like, and I was like on my hands and knees like under their desk, and they were like, "What are you doing? Where are you supposed to be?" And I was like, "Oh, I was walking to the hall coming back from the bathroom, and I flicked my pen, like I was messing around with my pen, and I flicked it, and it went under the door, and I was looking for it, and I like held up one of her pens." And she was like, whatever, just go back to class. And I was like, okay.
I can't believe that worked.
I didn't get in trouble for it. It's the most insane thing. Like, it was.
I don't think she believed you. I just don't think she wanted to get into that.
There's no way. There's no way she believed me. It was insane.
She was just like, uh-huh. Okay.
I think about that every once in a while. I think about that every once in a while.
When do you guys do the thing?
That was awesome. It was so funny.
Editors, do the thing.
Middle school is probably when I was the worst. I had a study hall in middle school, and I used to me and like this one other kid, and I genuinely can't remember who it was because it wasn't you, Leaf, or any of other like people we've known. It was like just I think it was like just because it was 8th grade, so it was or 9th, so it was like after like the elementary school when like the other kids came into the school, right?
Yeah.
And so like me and this one other kid that I sat next to in that study hall would just go like and like for like the entire study hall we'd have like full conversations like that, and the teacher would always be like, what are you doing? You can't stop. You have to stop.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she'd be like, shut up, what are you saying? And I'd just look at her with like 100% seriousness, and like so and so other kid, and we'd be like, we're talking in Italian to each other.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's like, wait, how did you two learn that? And the other kid looked at her and she went, he has a graveyard by his house, which is true. And he was like, we meet up there late at night and we teach each other Italian.
That's really funny.
And she was like, you gotta do it quietly. And then we just went right back to be like, it's bad, boo.
What is happening?
It was so mind retarded.
Oh yeah, you know, so Mr. Klein,
Yeah.
do you remember when, editor! Yeah, I know you loved him. You remember that, like, water wheel he had?
Yeah, I do.
When he picked it up and just, like, accidentally, it wasn't on purpose, but he, like, fucking dropped it and it shattered.
I don't remember that. But that's
That
fair.
really old water wheel that he was proud of
Oh,
having.
yes.
I felt, I wanted to leave that room. I didn't want to be there. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my god.
Exactly. He was a weird guy, man. He had like barbed wire that he said like in case of like an intruder came into the classroom, like he would hurt them with it. That was weird. It was a weird thing to say to 8th graders.
You would tie them up. You would tie them up and cut them.
Yeah, dude, I remember that like
we were here before.
We were here before. When we got to high school, I had one class with that with Leap redacted. And it was like we were doing like a thing where we had to match up quotes with like people, and it was like I very obviously like an RFK like a Teddy Roosevelt quote. It was like speak softly and carry a soft stick or carry a big stick or whatever. One of those, like one of those very obviously like that's a Teddy Roosevelt quote, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's Teddy Roosevelt, because it was like group of 4, and I was like. And it was like Teddy Roosevelt, it was like, and there was like 3 other people, and then the other one was Mahatma Gandhi, and I was like, it's Gandhi. I know this for a fact, it's 100% Gandhi. And like the other kids were like, are you sure? And no, he was like, it's not, it isn't Gandhi. I know it's Roosevelt. I know this for a fact. It's not. Don't listen to him. And I was like, it's Gandhi, guys. You just gotta listen. And you just gotta trust me, it's Gandhi. And then like it wasn't for points or anything, it was just like a game. And it was like, and he was like red, like bright red, and he was like so angry. He was like, no, it isn't Gandhi, it's Teddy Roosevelt. And then
it's Gandhi,
they picked Gandhi, and like he like slammed his desk door and he had to leave the room.
Oh, there's an alien over here tweaking out.
Oh, there is.
There he is.
Oh god, I shot you. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know.
We're already in this room.
Yeah, what the fuck? Leaf, do you remember? Were you in my math class that I had with Wow, you really are gonna have to comb through this video, huh?
Very unlikely, because I was in all like the advanced.
Oh yeah, probably. Okay, well,
I
so
mean,
you,
I
but
think as
you.
long as we don't say last names, right?
Yeah,
No,
right. I
no,
mean,
I'm just gonna cut it all out because I
Alright.
like cutting it out.
it's also funny though. So
I mean,
leave
the editor
reaction.
is gonna do that because he's a good boy. Comes.
You're leaving in the stories, I'd imagine, because these are very funny.
Of course, of course. Of
Um,
course. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like, tap, tap,
Yeah,
tap,
that's-
Of
tap,
course.
tap.
Of course.
but you remember that.
Of course.
Okay, so I
fucked her one time.
no, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Anyway, so I don't know if you
I
remember.
was
but
like, yeah, let's fuck, and she was like, okay.
she was awful. I don't know if you were like, she was terrible. She was.
I remember.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
I remember her very well.
Yeah, it was hard to forget. But so one day when I was in, like, I had a math class with her, and I brought like maybe I had like 100 unsharpened pencils. I think I've told you this story, Mason, before, but I brought like
you have.
100 unsharpened pencils to the class. And I like I sharpened like one turn, and then I put it in my bag, and then I took out another pencil, and I did that, and she like freaked out. She was like, "Stop! You're being so loud. You're being so fucking annoying." And the math teacher came over, and she's like, "What's going on, guys?" And I'm like,
we forgot to rescue this guy.
"Oh, that's what's going on." And she's like, "What's going on, guys?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just sharpening a couple extra pencils." Because I have like I know like in my next class there's a couple of kids that never bring pencils, so I'm just like trying to be helpful. And the math teacher was like, "Okay, Nora, maybe you should take a walk and calm down a little bit." And like I had a mound of pencil shavings in my backpack, like a huge mound, because I had spent like the past hour doing nothing but sharpening one pencil once and then doing another one. And my backpack was just filled with pencils and shit. It was awesome.
Speaking of pencils, in like the second grade, I was always like missing a pencil, and then eventually my teacher, my poor innocent teacher, made a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you see a pencil like lying on the ground, you know, just use that.
Where are we supposed to go?
And buddy, I rubber banded so hard to the other. I had like 200 fucking pencils, and it became such a problem that I was like stealing pencils off the floor as soon as people dropped them. That eventually I was hoarding so many pencils I had to redistribute my wealth. Eventually my teacher was like, "All right, listen, you need to give some people some of those pencils. You have like 40,000 pencils." And I was like, "Okay."
I was like, pencils were so nice to steal. I stole a pencil in middle school that had somebody's name on it, like written on it. And like it wasn't even her, but it was her friend, and she was like, "Hey, that pencil looks really familiar. Did you like find it on the ground or something?" And I'm like, "No, it's my pencil." And she was like, "Can I see it?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
Why would I let you see that? And she's like, "Well, just turn it over because it's supposed to have her name on it or something." And I like turned it over and I like held it with my thumb, and I'm like, let's have a name on it. You're being insane right now. And she was like, "Oh, I guess not." And then I didn't even know, but like I moved my finger and I was like, "Oh shit, this definitely has somebody's name on it." Like I definitely.
Whose pencil even has fucking names on it?
Yeah, I mean it's middle school, right? So like, kids are weird about that shit in middle school.
So I definitely crushed her skull between like a car wheel.
The car wheel.
Editor, take that out.
Do you remember
Editor, take her out.
when you had to like write a note for yourself for the future in like middle school or whatever?
I did, and I think I told myself not to. No, I didn't write to kill myself, but I was like, I hope you're still like useless or something really mean like that.
I wrote something very funny. I wrote in this envelope there's a pen that you liked in middle school, and you've put this pen in there. And I remember putting the pen in there. If the pen's not in here, then one of your bastard teachers stole it. And it wasn't in there. So one of my bastard teachers stole it.
See, I did the same thing, except I gave myself a fucking paperclip, and he was like,
Isaac, can you do the Isaac? Yeah.
Where are we supposed to go?
Can you let Isaac? Hey, Isaac. Never mind. Never mind.
What's up?
No, never mind.
I'm very confused right now. Are you dead?
No, I was just asking you to like do the thing. What is wrong with you?
There you go. I did the thing for you.
Thanks. Sorry, I had a little dialogue malfunction there.
Yeah, I noticed. Also, Mace, I don't know if you know that you can like take the cape off of Wisp Prime,
Yeah.
so that you can be even more of the Gooner.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
She is the original Gooner skin.
No, that's not true.
No, it is. It genuinely is.
No, there's been so many Gooner frames before Wisp.
Yes, but Wisp Prime. Something about Wisp Prime really got people fucking.
It turned most of the Warframe community into more of a Gooner, but there's definitely been that's not the original Gooner frame. The original Gooner frame is like Mage, probably one of the original 3. People definitely Goona that shit. Smiley faces keep appearing on my screen. What's up with
That's
that?
fine. Don't question that.
Okay. Okay, yay. Are we supposed to be doing something?
You gotta do something through the tunnel. How's my health looking, you guys? Probably not very good.
Mine's not good.
I got you. No!
You ever, like, hurt your dentist?
His name is Vehicle Boy.
don't
Vehicle
own
Bay,
people
not
anymore,
Vehicle Boy.
no.
You don't own what, Mason?
I don't own people anymore, so no, I don't.
What?
You said you're a dentist. That
Yeah.
means I own them.
No, it means you go to them.
No, it means
Your
I
grasp
own
on
them.
the English language is tenuous.
That's not
Wow,
a word.
tenuous. Good. Very good.
Wait, we gotta do the word of the day thing.
Ow.
Fuck.
It's so dark. Is there a flashlight button?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
act.
That's a stupid button for a flashlight.
Also, Leaf, save me.
Oh god, where
It
am
also
I?
doesn't work.
Wait,
I'm kind of in need
wait.
of being
I hit a
saved right
checkpoint. I'm... Okay, I hit a checkpoint. I'm ahead of you guys. I don't know how I got out here.
now. Oh! One
Leaf,
of those bullets hit me really hard.
Did you ever hurt your dentist?
I like... No, I was pretty good at the dentist.
Okay. I never hurt my dentist. I came up with it. I thought of it, and I thought maybe...
My dentist has hurt me.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to my child dentist for way too long. And dude, they would pull teeth and do cavities and shit without like any anesthetic,
Oh, yucky.
or any pain killing. And then, oh, actually, I've got a pretty good story because they were pulling like 2 teeth.
Your root canal.
Help.
Yeah.
And after they were just like, I was like, ow, that hurts, ow, that hurts, because he's like pushing on my tooth really hard, and he's like, no, I'm pushing.
That's
Squeezing
pressure.
is bad. I'm pushing, and that's good. Squeezing is bad, and I'm like, no, this hurts. Actually, this contrary to your belief that this hurts. And after the first tooth, I looked like I just gave birth. Like that.
You look like that Markiplier image.
Grenade.
Yeah, like I was like, holy shit. And then eventually I'm like, didn't you when I was like really little, you did this magic trick where you'd like put me on a fuck ton of painkillers and then just like rip it out, and then my tooth would appear in a little treasure chest. Can you do that? And he pauses and he's like, oh sure, I can do that. and just like that, not a single problem was had.
My dentists have all been
Just
pretty
do
good.
that, please.
My dentists have all been pretty good, although I do need to get a root canal on my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the ones got damaged when I smashed my head, and it's never
Oh,
really.
sorry.
It's always just been the root's pretty swollen
It's
compared
like
to the other side.
throbbing root.
It is. I can't bite down without it being like painful.
It's like boom, 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 boom. Ow!
It really is. It really is like a big throbbing root.
There you go. Full health.
Thanks, buddy.
Mason, you
this
definitely
poor
were
bastard.
were fucked up in evil in school. Tell your evil fucked up school stories. That's what this episode's gonna be about.
One time I was in media class, and I was like, I brought my skateboard to school, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use it so I can get a rolling shot. I didn't. I just went to go get my friend from study hall so we can go dick around in like the big place outside of the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on my way there was a bunch of like other kids like, oh, like do a trick, right? So I like started slowly skating down the hallway, and I tried doing an ollie, and I just launched the fucking skateboard down the hallway. It was so fucking loud because like it hit something and just started like tumbling. And when I got it, there was an entire classroom like full of children. And a teacher was walking to the door, and I just grabbed my skateboard and started walking away. And one would be like, "No, you can't be doing that out here."
Why not?
I thought didn't you put a chair in the ceiling or something?
Yeah, no, same media class. After school, we would put his stuff in the ceiling, like we put a bunch of his shit. So like at the end, there was like staplers, pencils, pens, like some of his sound equipment. And then one of my friends was like, "We have to put a chair. We have to." So the one time he left the room, right, I went outside to like look at my phone and shit. And they went and they just put a chair in the ceiling, and when he found all of it, he was like, "Did you guys do this?" I was like, we sit in direct line of sight. How do we do it? He was like, "Okay, but, you know," I was like, "We literally would not have the time to put a chair in the ceiling."
Little did you know.
That
you had absolutely enough time.
It was so fucking funny. I made the entire school smell of rotting milk.
Oh,
yeah,
we need to do stuff right now.
Because I put a thing of milk in there.
Yeah, milk locker is awful. I hated milk locker.
The trash locker.
How am I supposed to get around this shit?
Walk around it, you fucking goober.
Yeah,
You'd think you could.
Trash locker was gross.
Yeah, concept. I mean, from words, you can probably tell what a trash locker is, but it is a locker all of my friends would throw trash into. And I had the great idea of getting a like a Dasani water bottle, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a Dasani water bottle, but I'm gonna say Dasani, so I'm not saying the local brand that it actually was.
You should say Nestle water because that's who owns all the water.
Yeah, great. Fine, Nestle water. I don't want to use Nestle though. Whatever, doesn't matter. Either way, I got just like a single normal water bottle, and I filled it with chocolate milk. Right? And I just let it ferment and rot in a locker for about, I want to say 4 months, until it literally exploded and popped. And apparently, like, you could smell it throughout the entire, like, section of one of the halls.
Yeah, it was bad.
And like when they were like the janitors were cleaning it out, they said it looked like somebody mixed cat food and water.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's an awful thing.
That is profane.
Yeah, yes it is.
I mean I remember Bad Drink, but that was
Bad Drink.
What is Bad?
I forgot about that.
Bad Drink was like a bunch of shit in a cup or in a water bottle, and like Skittles and shit, and like the Skittles didn't like the Skittles were like dissolving in like paper, and it was like brown. It was like a horrible brown color. And Mason kept it in his like vest pocket, and he like kept pulling it out and drinking from it, and going like, "You want some bad drink?" And I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Sure, I'll have some bad drink. And it was the most foul thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. And a girl that had asked me out the other day, like the day before that had happened, was like, "I'm not interested anymore because of bad."
Bad choice, yum.
And I was like,
welcome Isaac for that.
Well, I looked at her and I was like, she was like, "I need to talk to you," and I'm like, "Is it because of bad drink?" And she was like, "Yes," and I'm like, "That's chill. If you can't handle bad." Yeah, I think I can't. It was a long time ago, so I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines of like, "If you can't handle the coolness of bad drink, I don't really want to talk to you anyway." I was like really defensive of a drink that made me vomit.
That is the most horrific thing I've ever heard in my life.
What else have I done? That's fucked up.
Oh my god. Why did you do that? I'm sorry, what did it have in it?
It had Skittles. It had paper. It had milk.
Gum, maybe.
It had gum. It had milk. It had water.
Oh, thinking about it hurts my
Yeah,
stomach.
it had chocolate milk.
Oh my god.
It was bad. And Mason kept it in his jacket for like 2 days. It was awful.
It's so horrifying.
So-
Bad drink.
Oh my god.
Bad drink still comes up though. That's the thing. I keep making bad drinks. I made one fucking Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was very similar to trash chocolate.
Stop saying these things.
when Bishop
My throat hurts so much from hearing that.
Mason Sibling was in high school with us, he ate like a lot of chocolate from the garbage and had to go to the hospital for like 3 days.
That is so horrifying and insane.
It's like
Also, they ate sandwiches too. They found sandwiches and ate them.
it was so gross. It's so disgusting.
Isaac,
Yeah.
how long have we been recording?
An hour.
I think that's good.